Okay, guys, here we go. We're watching this one. It looks like Oompaville has discovered Elphaba, the popular artist from the Wicked plays. I don't know. That's the opening joke. Everybody clap.
Hey guys, I was just screaming into the abyss.
Okay.
I've recently had an existential crisis. Spending too much time on TikTok. Big things are coming. I've been overwhelmed, to say the least.
What's up with your For You page, dog? Because it looks like mine. My For You page is full of just wild stuff. Actually, recently, my For You page has been full of wrestling clips. Like WWE wrestling is my For You page is full of it. I don't know why. But that's all that's in there, man. That's all that's in there. And Johnny Elbows. Johnny Elbows has also been in my For You page. We should look at Johnny Elbows. But yeah.
Bad things have happened to me. Lots and lots of bad, terrible things have happened to me recently. But you know what?
Okay.
I wanted to focus on something today that is very toxic and very gross and very cringe.
Gross.
Because it makes me feel better about this guy right here. Today's topic is Elphaba Orion Doherty, a TikTok star who recently got into a lot of shit in regard to her lying about having scammed viewers for money. She's also lying about just having different disorders wrong with her. We are all familiar with fake disorders. Okay, this is a new thing on the internet. People like to fake having rare disorders. DID is an example, a dissociative identity disorder that an entire subset of TikTok creators have magically and have no way to prove it through a doctor or like some real thing.
I have elephantitis in my balls, so I know what it's like to struggle. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But not all just the balls. That's the problem. It's like the ratio's wild. It's horrible. The ratio's terrible. But I will say, it seems like girls like they like it sometimes as much, if not more, than the shaft. I don't know what it is, but sometimes girls are like, no, I like a good meat sack, you know?
Not everyone that has this on the internet is faking
Hey, Papa,
it.
finish your exams. Watch your streams. Oh, very cool, very cool.
But it is a thing. It is a thing. It is a trend, which is very unfortunate. And Elphaba has been someone who has recently come under fire for faking a lot of stuff. A lot of really interesting stuff, to be honest. This story is wild. The worst
is I think she might have faked showering. I'm sorry. But apparently she has a little bit of an odor. Although some other TikTokers said that she seemed to have showered. So good for her. This isn't me dunking on her or anything. I'm just saying, you know, hygiene is important. Okay.
I want to say crazy, but it's more the story that's crazy. I don't know this person at all in real life, so we're going to find out. So Elphaba has a pretty large following, and a simple search on YouTube of their name will result in many videos being made on them.
That's not bad. I mean, her body's not bad though. She looks kind of it's not too bad. I've never seen that before. She looks all right. You know, I mean, maybe a little bit. You know, I don't want to be mean a little about her face. You know, I'm just saying it. I'm a little surprised, but you know, okay. All right.
They are a massive center point on the internet currently. And also, I'm going to be using they, them pronouns and probably also she pronouns and her because I will eventually forget. Just being honest and upfront. At one point, Elphaba was one of the highest ranked TikTokers on the platform. How is that even possible with content like this?
Incredible stuff.
All this obviously came to an end, or I wouldn't be making a video, when things started going south. There was a bit of...
I don't think that she was ever one of the highest rated TikTokers. Why are we evaluating her looks? 'Cause I'm a man, dude. Sorry. It just comes out of my fucking mouth. Why do you gotta call me out, dude, for inappropriate behavior, dog? Come on. Anyway, I don't think that she was ever that big of a creator. Like, most of the time, people just kind of troll her a little bit. She was a little bit of a lolcow. And then, of course, she got into controversy, but, like, you know, there does seem to be a pretty robust space for controversy of lolcows, especially ones that might have something going on a little bit incongruent. some capacity. So
of a timeline. I'm not exactly sure how it goes, and to be frank, I don't care enough.
I thought your name was
just think
Oompa.
it's insane, and
Whoa,
I'd like
fall?
to talk about it.
Oh,
This
no.
person, as you may have guessed, is from England, which makes sense. All right, guys, only the most genuine and altruistic people come from England. All of my favorite creators, guys. Look, Dream. Oh no, wait, Dream's not from England. He's from Florida. We have Paul Breach. We have Elphaba. We've got these creatures are chronically online. Elphaba being one of them. And big whoop though. I'm chronically online. You guys are chronically online. Why do we care about this person? What specifically did they do? All right, I'm gonna tell you.
They get views.
Just be patient. With what little you already do know, you probably won't find it hard to believe that this celestial space rock of a human being is not that great of a person, or I wouldn't be making a video about her. But to understand entirely, we have to go back. We have to realize what happened to her. It all began when Elphaba went viral.
I've just heard about the sock.
No, that was nothing. I generally.
Wait, no, we gotta run away.
I'm not like that. I'm not like that.
Her roommate made a video, and they found a sock in a room that was solid like a rock. All right, guys, we've all been there, fellas.
I have. You haven't, liar. It's not an accident. Okay, you know. But you know, I don't have playing cards, so what I like to do is I like to make my socks hard by putting cement in them, of course, cement, and then I stack them up like playing cards in front of my door so nobody will break in. Because if they do, they're going to be attacked by all my children, my dry children. They're very ashy because they dried up. Sometimes I will put lotion on the sock, but I won't put it on beforehand. I don't like to use lotion. Duh.
We've all been there. Mom, don't touch that sock. You're not going to want to touch that. That thing's full of...
Are you serious? How they...
Shit. That's my fluid sock. We've all been there. All right. Elphaba was there too. Now after this, Elphaba found a surge in viewership on the TikTok channel, and like I said, crept up to being one of the top creators on the app, which is very wild.
That's not true.
Very wild. Not
What are you talking about?
Not a lot of competition.
She wasn't the top creator in any capacity. She was getting views, but mostly people would get views of her live streams. People would record her lives and then post them, and they would get views that way. She was never one of the top TikTokers. This is just like a weird thing. She was never even close to ever being one of the top TikTokers. She would just get a lot of views because she would live stream, and people will take your live stream and they'll just post it all over like secondary and channels and whatnot. So I don't know where this whole weird narrative comes from, where she was like super popular or whatever.
Seems like out on TikTok, guys. Not a lot of competition. Maybe I should start getting on TikTok and
you are on TikTok. I saw you in my For You page.
After
Okay,
this point,
don't pretend like you're not.
Mainly just made TikToks of her putting on makeup and going live and just talking with viewers. Standard low effort, low brow TikTok.
Whoa.
This is where stuff started to go a bit south. During some of the live streams, Elphaba would essentially beg her followers to buy her gifts and send her money.
Guys, why do we lose? This is why I don't like battling. Guys, big gifts next time. We gotta win. We gotta fight.
And she
This isn't a problem, by the way. Like, I don't care about this. That she was telling people that they should need to give her gifts for. I think that they're referring to, there's some kind of a weird verses you could do on TikTok where, like, you know, the more donations or whatever you get, the more you win. Whatever. It's a way to get people to donate. People do this shit on Twitch all the time. I think it's kind of silly, but I also think that it's so normalized on the online space that that's not really concerning to me. I think the faking of Tourette's, probably not ideal. Yeah.
She also claimed that she would send it all back because she just wanted to be ranked higher on TikTok.
Guys, I think if we get like really high up on the ranks, I'll give people coins.
Was she one of the top TikTok livers?
Random precocious viewer of the Oompaville channel. Give me money. I promise I'll give it back.
I will never
It's
give
just
it back.
a loan. I'll pay it back, I swear. I have a low credit score. These clips are very suspicious to me. For one,
Not so
begging a
much
stranger
anymore, but-
to buy you a gift
I
is...
used to have a high credit score, and then I had a little bit of a problem. I can't talk about it, but it was somebody else's student loans. But it's okay. We're getting it back on track, guys. Don't worry.
so bizarre. That's e-begging. You're literally an e-beg. And then the claim that you're just going to send it all back and it's only to get ranked higher on TikTok. What? And now
well, I guess she means TikTok Live. Did she say she's going to send it back or send some of it back home? I got to rewatch it.
she just wanted to be ranked higher on TikTok.
Guys, I think if we get like really high up on the ranks, I'll give people coins as a thank you.
Well, she didn't say she'll give them back.
I'd like a massive coin chest.
she didn't even say she'll give them back. She said that she'll give them coins if she gets like whatever. The fact that you interpret that as give it back means that you just read, you for some reason you read what the person's interpretation of her words were, which were incorrect, and then you're like, yeah, this is what happened. That's not what happened. If you listen, she just says like, oh, if we get to the top, I'll give you some coins.
I'll give you all coins. As a thank you.
I'll give you all coins. Thank you.
Like a massive coin chest.
Yeah, she's just not saying that she'll give it all back.
You're just going to send it all back, and it's only to get ranked higher on TikTok?
No, she didn't say that.
And now, obviously,
So,
she didn't
listen
send any of
better.
the money back and just pocket.
Get out of my
all
dungeon,
when
bitch.
She asked why she couldn't refund.
We're
she
friends
deferred
now.
The request to TikTok support,
Here.
as you do, because she didn't know how to refund.
Do you want the email for TikTok? Because you could message them if you want. Or, I tell you what, why don't you all go at TikTok and get rid of the rankings? I've got a platform.
The number, the total dollar amount that it is expected.
She's not saying that she's going to give the money back. She's saying it sounds like she's talking to somebody who wants their money back, saying if you want it back, go talk to TikTok or what. You should tell
She was donated was around $10,000 that was supposed to go to her mom, rent, and in some instances, charities, money. But she pocketed all of it. Dope. Love that. And to be clear, TikTok does take a large percentage of this, and she's just constantly on the platform begging for money from her fans.
It took like
I can't believe she
70%
made
of
that
hers.
much, dude. That's hard. That's a lot of money, especially on TikTok. TikTok is a cash negative platform.
Wait, can you show me where she said that like the money was for like her mom or something? I'm so confused. What?
You don't make money on TikTok. It ain't too easy to make money on TikTok. Now, making all this money, begging for all this money, whenever you get it, it's sort of like a dopamine hit. It's a reward center activating thing. Whenever you get a donation on a live stream. On live, haha, oh money, oh money. That's why streamers are bad people. They're just addicts, dude. They're just addicts. And this person, Elphaba, started to go live a lot, almost completely playing into the idea that I just proposed, that streamers are addicts. For little dopamine hits and
well, yeah, I mean, I feel like when somebody first starts going live, if they get a little popularity, people will donate like a decent amount to them, and then as time goes on, they get less and less donations. You know what I mean? Like they become less fresh and new, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you start seeing, you start to get to know them better, and sometimes you don't like the person that they get to know. You know, all those things can happen.
they just seem like bad people.
Damn, this guy's a peepee head.
And I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying
Criticizing me.
all of them. I just
Damn, he's coming after me. I'm gonna pick my nose.
He's one of the salt of the earth. Beautiful, beautiful man. Long.
I don't know.
Oh, he's so beautiful. Elphaba started going live almost every single day, which is
relax.
dope. And this is a detriment of itself. You can't make content every day. Why would you want to go live or post something every day? Who would do that? I have a second channel where I post daily when my editors remember to edit.
Whoa,
Of course, not it. You know, Tara's not on that channel. Tara's on this channel. Everyone, tell Tara how much he means to you right now. Comment below. As time goes on, these sort of things fester. People start to notice inconsistencies. The negativity creeps up, and it rises to the top. It's the cream rise to the top. Cream of the crop, cream rise to the top. Whatever. I don't fucking know. People started getting pissed off at Elphaba, though. I tell you what, her fans became angry, and she didn't know how to resolve the situation. So here becomes the creature of desperation.
The Wizard of
Terrifying
Loneliness.
creature. This has gone so far. Elphaba has apologized on many
Which way is the
occasions
correct way to
and
go?
then asked for gifts again
If you can financially support me, do it! Let's get all the money!
and then apologizes and then begs again and then apologizes and then begs again and then gets caught begging again and then apologizing again. Oh my lord. Let's get our pitchforks and torches in case
Where does she apologize? That's why. Like, why was she for asking for money? Isn't that like that's the whole streamer game?
this foul creature back from which it came. I'm talking about Shrek. I'm not talking about Elphaba. All right. I had a random lightning strike thought in my mind. It's just I've been having a lot of weird, just random, strong, visceral thoughts in my mind. That one was of Shrek. And then from then on, most of the lives look like this. Okay. Throughout this period, Elphaba blamed a lot of the hate that she was getting on people being just transphobic because this person is a trans person. Saying
Some of it obviously will be. There are people who just intentionally call Elphaba he and whatnot to be transphobic. So there's probably a reasonable level of truth to some of that being that way. For sure, people, especially on TikTok has somehow regressed even since 2020 to being more toxic and more like very hateful place. So absolutely is definitely a thing. Now, does that mean everything is that? No, of course not. But I'll say people pay more attention to her because of I would say some people do, because she's trans, and they will criticize her more for it. And you could argue that some of the criticisms are disproportionate.
reasoning for her being criticized was simply the fact that she was trans, which, my God, what an easy scapegoat.
It's
Soon
definitely
after
a factor.
this,
but okay.
disorder jumped into the mix, and Elphaba started talking about herself having autism. Just appeared out of
she
nowhere,
might.
randomly.
What traits of autism do you
Yeah, I think from what I remember, I watched iNabber's video on it. It was a good video. I should probably find it. Put it in there. I can put my reaction to his video in there. But it was that she thinks she might have autism or something. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. But she was looking to get a diagnosis, and she has an appointment for the diagnosis, but she hasn't gotten diagnosed yet, and that's my understanding. So it's not necessarily fake, but it's she might actually think she has it. There might be a little bit of engagement of self-diagnosis. Maybe she mentioned that she doesn't have the money for it. I don't remember the specifics. The Tourette's thing was definitely a little bit of a silly little faker.
Well, I was told that I have a special interest in Wicked and Pokemon cards and
probably
things like that.
Through the textbook, symptoms like all true self-diagnosers,
Yeah.
having a hard time communicating, being
I struggle to communicate with people.
blunt in conversation, stimming.
That's what Cam's picked up on as well. The
Those
stimming.
are
I have
common
Asperger's,
symptoms.
guys. If you don't know, I'm autistic. I was homeschooled.
Sorry. There's no such thing as Asperger's anymore. It's all called autism or whatever. Obama did that. He made autism spectrum disorder so that he can more easily diagnose. It was easier to get coverage for your autism. This is actually like a real thing. I believe Obama made it so that like autism it's all autism spectrum disorder. This way, insurance companies couldn't discriminate against different forms of autism in their treatment. So, based Obama. More like bro-Obama, if you ask me.
I have a huge, massive cock. The new thing for Elphaba was, I've got autism. So that's pretty cool. She began using different autism trigger
if that's part of your autism, I guess I don't have it.
words to make you believe that what she's saying or what she's talking about is actually real. But in reality, it just comes off as her wanting to have a cop-out for bad behavior in the past. Which makes sense, you know?
Maybe.
Feel bad for me, I have autism. I didn't have it until I realized I wanted to have it. It is a massive detriment. Like, it is not something cool. My own personal flaw with the way that I think is compartmentalization of thoughts and being able to deal with fear as it relates to almost everything. I panic very easily. Like, literally, my body starts to panic, and then I go down like a slippery slope. I'm sure some of you are familiar with this.
That's what I do.
I love books. Just kidding, I can't read. That's also a symptom of autism. Just in general, there's not really a reason for a person who makes this kind of content to just start saying that you have autism, especially when you have never mentioned it in the past. Like, it just doesn't, it seems weird. A lot of people also believe that it seems weird. I'm also not saying that she doesn't have autism, by the way. It's just a series of events.
Oh, it's a seagull.
It's a bit
Sorry.
suspicious, is all. And what we have learned
That's fair.
from people who are terminally online on the internet, people who are constantly looking for attention or just add something to their identity to feel more special, they'll pin little disorders on themselves. It's like a little badge whenever you.
But I wonder. I remember I watched this video. I haven't released it yet as I'm making this on the stream. But I watched this really interesting video about like America and like basically a victim mentality. And this would extend to other Western countries, I would say, that have a lot of TikTok usage, especially that glorifies having mental health issues. And I will say it was interesting to watch. And there was this. I ended up getting into like this conversation based off bouncing off the video and myself of like. Basically encouraging people to have traumatic experiences, right? Like, and I talked about how babies, when the baby maybe will fall on its butt and it won't care until you go, oh, "Are you okay?" And then they start to get upset. And I feel like that's what we're doing on social media sometimes. And I wonder how many of these people. And I also brought up that like there are instances where people are almost gaslit into thinking that there's a trauma. You know, I talked about Colmy Carson getting canceled for talking to a 17-year-old, and everybody think that that's so horrible and inappropriate. And like we're basically gaslighting teenagers into thinking that everything is inappropriate or everything is some predatory interaction when sometimes maybe there are inappropriate interactions. But like we're taking it and we're sensationalizing it, which goes along with how people will produce information when it comes to the media and when it comes to content creators, even when it's just clickbait titles or over sensationalizing content. There's so many different things, right? Like how many times, like think about your favorite creator and like how there was a topic that was like they were really good at. They exposed like a really bad guy and they whistle while they talked. They exposed a really bad guy, and then they're like, wow, that was a bad guy. And then they come out again, and the next video is about a person that's just as bad as far as the way that they're talking about it, but they're actually maybe not so bad, right? It's a sensationalization. You get caught into this trap. And all of this to kind of get into this point of like, I wonder if TikTok is gaslighting kids or young people into thinking they actually have mental health issues. Because if you look up any of the qualifiers on like the DSM-5, for pretty much any mental issue, you could have it. Like I have diagnosed ADHD, and And so like you look up what it is. Difficulty paying attention, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's very easy to, and I wonder how many of these people are saying that they have a mental issue for attention versus how many people are like genuinely like almost gaslit into thinking that they have some kind of a mental issue or some kind of an issue. You know what I mean? And it's just it's interesting.
I feel like having a bit more attention or a bit more value in your circles. Oh, you wouldn't get me because I have Down syndrome. I don't think you can put that in there. Should I put that in there, Tara? No? Yes! No? Okay. Yes! Now, after suspicions were raised, Elphaba doubled down on this act and then claimed she had Tourette's syndrome. Started acting like this on lives, man.
It's interesting because I've had tics since I was a baby. When I was born, my doctor told my mother that he probably has Tourette's and you should get him diagnosed, and she never did. So I might have Tourette's. Also, talking to my wife, behavioral specialist. You guys know it. She told me that I have a lot of like OCD type behaviors, like, you know, compulsively locking the door, and then like there's times where I have to kiss her a certain number of times, or else I feel like she's gonna die, which is, you know, can be distressing sometimes. There's like a lot of it. Come on, where are you, pussy ass bitch? Oh, you ran away. What a loser.
Thank you for shopping at Tesco.
Good content. Be a little lighter on your feet, by the way. Whenever people walk around in their houses and they go, if your footsteps don't sound like, or like,
I hate people who go visible so much.
If you fucking stomp around, stop!
Pussy.
I know it's a symptom of autism.
Bitch.
And I do it too.
Sorry.
But this person even had a fake tic that was just saying, thank you for shopping at Tesco. Thank you for shopping at Tesco. That's a British grocery store, I think. I don't fucking know.
Anyway, the point that I was trying to make there is that there is an association with tics and having obsessive compulsive disorder as well, which is interesting. You know, it's always fun to learn. But I know some of you guys will think, oh, it's so cute that you kiss your wife so much. Like, no, she will die if I don't kiss her enough. I gotta feel it's not until I feel okay about it. So
I'm never gonna.
Yeah. My wife's a behavioral specialist.
Now,
listen, shut up. I had to say it because if people are like, oh, like you're self-diagnosing, which I'm not, then it sounds like, oh, you're just saying you might have this thing. But I'm like, no. People who are qualified to give their opinion on these topics have given their opinion on these topics. I don't need a diagnosis, and it doesn't get in the way of my life. I'm just saying it's interesting. I'm bringing it up for just to talk about it. Why you guys be so fucking mean about my beautiful, incredible, amazing wife, who happens to be a behavioral specialist for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities? All I can think of is that you're jealous. You're just jealous. Okay, you're jealous that either you don't have a beautiful, amazing, intelligent wife or partner, or you're a woman and you wish you had a husband or a boyfriend that bragged about you, and you don't. And there's an emptiness in your soul, and emptiness in your head, and emptiness in your life, and you want to fill that, but you can't because you know it's unrealistic for you to have such a beautiful, blossoming, incredible relationship like I do with my wife. And so what you do is you put me down and you disparage me because you want to believe that it doesn't exist. You want to make it a joke. You want to make it a meme. And you, at the end of the day, are just rejecting something because you'll never have it. And that's why all of you that's why you bully me for this. That's why. I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry. That was a joke. I'm just fucking with you guys a little too much. Sorry if anybody took that personally. I'm just being a silly guy, a little bit of a cool, silly guy. So, love you.
Out for this because people are not stupid, it seems like. And she quickly released an apology video in which she said it was wrong of her to say that she had Tourette's and that she knows how hard it is. She did. To be honest, I don't think that'd be something you would do.
You'll find love,
that it was
guys.
difficult.
You'll
You would
find
fake
love.
having Tourette's. She mentioned that she just says things and doesn't mean them, and that she has a lot to work on. This is what we, normal human beings who are logical and rational, regardless of autism or mental disorders, this is what we would call a compulsive and or pathological liar. Someone who fails to tell the truth a majority of the time and takes no regard for the consequences of their lies. I know a couple of these people. They're pieces of shit.
Whoa.
They're impossible to trust, obviously. And they will do whatever they possibly can to further their own, further valuing their lives based off creating little weird loose ends and telling lies to you to get you to do stuff. I hate it. It's
I'm a silly
horrible.
guy. I'm sorry.
Back in my day, I'm 27, about to be 27. Munchausen's was not that popular of a thing. Now it is incredibly popular. Not true Munchausen's. There's like a weird little secret to it. I forget. It's like
snack
true,
houses is what it's
I
called.
don't remember. Some people are actually mentally ill and have real Munchausen's, and then there's just some people who want attention and are just pieces of shit and want to have value in their lives. So Elphaba, in the words of The Incredibles syndrome, once everyone is super, no one will be. Probably shouldn't try to do that. Probably should just try to contribute to society in a meaningful way. Probably should try to do that. Maybe bring people up. Maybe bring people up instead of worrying about how you're perceived on TikTok. Another another chapter to this story, aside from just faking mental illnesses, people don't like it. People like to bring up how, these are not my words, how disgusting and unhygienic this person is. There are times in which Elphaba didn't shower for 6 weeks, which is disturbing. No. And the reasoning for this
I'll say I've missed a couple days every once in a while. You know, it's cold outside. You don't really get sweaty or stinky or smelly, so you maybe shower every 2 or 3 days. Lately, it's been a little warmer. I've been showering every day. You know, but 6 weeks? The smell, man. What are you doing, sis? Right? That's crazy.
Is that she cannot stand to look at her pee-pee because she is a trans person and doesn't like the reminder.
That's also one of the reasons why my hygiene is so shit as well, because I can't stand to look at my fucking penis when I shower.
I don't know if I should say pee-pee or genitals
Close
or
your
what.
eyes.
I don't feel like I don't know what to say. Here's a simple solution. Maybe don't look down.
Well, okay. I wonder, my first thing is I wonder if that's real or if that's just an excuse not to shower because they're like lazy or something. But yeah, if it is real, you kind of have to see a therapist, you know, because that's not a healthy behavior because you're hurting yourself by not showering. So.
And instead just wash your body and like take care of yourself, you will feel better and you will be a better person if you just have basic routines of hygiene.
Yeah, makes you feel better about
regardless of what your
yourself,
identity is and how you believe in yourself, you're still a human being and you need to take care of yourself in a very specific way to feel good.
Yeah.
You have to have like blood flow in your brain and neurochemicals
and your pee-pee
in order to function properly. So being disgusting doesn't help. Just go to the car wash. There are Olympic levels of madness to the hygiene habits of Elphaba, which is disgusting. I always joke about not taking showers. I'm a very clean guy. I change my bed sheets on a weekly basis. I leave messes, but it's all very organized chaos, right? I know where everything is all the time. I do leave food out occasionally. Like there's a milkshake on my headboard that's been there for 2 weeks now, and it's starting to stink. But I need to, I'm going to leave it. It's for someone. I'm leaving it for someone.
Okay.
And they definitely just watched this video. And yeah, 6 weeks without a shower, man, that's not good. There's also a TikTok live in which Elphaba had visible head lice, which is, oh my God, man.
I mean, but think about this. It's better to have visible head lice than invisible head lice because then you can't see it and you can't cure it. You know what I mean? So what's wrong with having this visible? It's better than, because that would be scary. Could you imagine if there was a whole breed of lice that were fucking invisible, dude? That would be terrifying. That would be horrifying. That would be scary. And it's true.
That is so gross. That is so disgusting. Like, that is so gross. Are you a child in a school who didn't learn? What are you doing?
What the fuck? Ugh. Oh my God.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but if I had head lice, I'd fucking know about it immediately. And by the way, I'm a wig wearer.
I wouldn't because I have...
Any head lice? Any head lice in there?
No, but I have dandruff, but it's just my actual scalp. So, sad stuff.
Okay, good. And on top of all this, at one point, Elphaba was somewhat homeless because she couldn't pay for her rent. Maybe she didn't beg enough. I'm not exactly sure. What happened to all the money she scammed her fans out of?
Just partially
she
homeless.
stays in hotels with another TikToker friend of hers by the name of Chelsea Lee Art. Not exactly sure. Now, it is very unfortunate that she's homeless and there's, all this stuff's kind of crashing down on her, but it isn't the end of the world. Do people deserve being canceled like this? I wouldn't say she's really being canceled. There's just consequences for actions. This isn't like a crazy cancellation thing.
People still watch her. She's a Lolcow.
That's my advice. If I had advice to you, Elphaba, if you watch this video,
get a job, guys.
Get a job.
Overrated.
I don't care how hard it is to get a job. Ask people if you can do things. Clean their cars for money. Just get some form of a job. It's way easier said than done, but it is possible to make money without having to beg. People will start to respect you more. And as soon as you have
shower and be a prostitute. Win-win. Everybody wins.
That little bit of momentum, you can capitalize on it and you can continue it. You can start getting fit, into shape. You can start feeling better about yourself, and start moving in a direction that you want to move in. Instead of just existing in a terrible state of limbo with lice in your fucking head and the internet thinking you're disgusting and manipulative and a liar. You don't have to be this for your whole life. And I would also not post videos with new purses, clothes, and videos of you going out shopping when you don't have any money for rent and you're begging and stuff. So find a new place to live instead of going on a shopping spree. Now, Elphaba is a constantly changing thing, and changes come day by day. New shit is always happening. By the time this goes up, I'm sure there's going to be some new saga as well. The weird... always live TikTok broadcast thing. Everyone can look at you and criticize all the time. It's not healthy. Delete TikTok.
Probably
become a normal person. You'll feel better.
Based. Okay. Yeah, cool video.